Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1983 season is on the air. Today's date is May 19th, 1983. We are once again at the Seattle Kingdome for a big matchup on the West Coast between the California Angels and the Seattle Mariners. We've seen the Mariners this year. This is our first look at the California Angels for 1983. The Angels come into this game a record of 15-20. The Mariners 15-23. So you would think that both teams are actually struggling in this season. The thing about the American League West, only one team had a winning record that whole division in 1983. It was the White Sox. So the funny thing is about the Mariners and the Angels, the Texas Rangers right now are 20-15, and the Angels and the Mariners are only 5 wins behind them. They still got a good amount of time to go to get there. But right now, both teams are struggling a little bit out of the gate. So hopefully we get a good matchup here on the West Coast between the Halos and the M's. So I hope you guys will settle in for a good baseball game. The Mariners historically won this game 1-0. It was a pitcher's duel. The Mariners had 5 hits and no errors. The Angels had 4 hits and an error. So the Mariners shut them out, but we'll see what Inside Pitch has to say as we will get right to tonight's game. The Angels, there's our first look at the Angels. I said there's only one team left we have not seen for 1983, and we will see that team tomorrow night, which will conclude the first schedule block. I have to make the second schedule block tonight. I'll do that after tonight's game. Anyway, it is time to get started. Starting pitcher for the Seattle Mariners tonight is Matt Young. 11 wins, 15 losses, a 3.27 ERA. That's not bad. Tells me to get much run support in 83. We are at the Seattle Kingdome. This was a neutral ballpark. 144 home runs, adds 4 to strikeouts. But pretty much neutral, really, in a case where there's only 4 homers in there. May favor hitters once in a while, but I'll say this was pretty neutral. May favor hitters. Brian B. is first to join us here at the Kingdome. So we'll hope we'll have a good matchup tonight between two teams still trying to find their way in this 83 season. There's still a long way to go. So let's get going. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Angels will be the first baseman, Rod Carew. Hall of Famer, definitely. One of the greatest of all time, definitely. And he still had a very good year in 83. 339 average, 2 homers, 44 RBIs. We're going to use purple, white, and white dice, even though the Mariner color is really kind of a lavender here on the card. But we're going to use those colors. So it'll be purple, white, and white. Mariners are the home team. Hope there's not a bad crowd here. Let's see what happens. Let's go to the first pitch. Young, 4-6 against the lefty. Strikeout plus. He'll get Carew. And that will be the first strikeout for Young. He had 130 of them in 83. Next up is the shortstop, Tim Foley. 252 average, 2 homers, 29 RBIs in 83. 4-6 against the righty. It's a blank. Foley, 4-5, and that's a grounder to second base. Taken care of there by Julio Cruz. And he will toss it over to first for the out. 2 now. And now the batter is the right fielder, Ellis Valentine. Why does that name ring a bell? 240 average, 13 homers, 43 RBIs. Young will pitch. A 1-6 error on a grounder. Valentine, 3-3, and that's going to be flied to center field. And Dave Henderson's going to get to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Halos. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. As Clee baseball fan joins us here at the Kingdome. Starting pitcher for the California Angels tonight is Ken. May the Forsch be with you. 11 wins, 12 losses, a 4.06 ERA in 83. Leading off for the M's will be the right fielder, Steve Henderson. 294 average, 10 homers, 54 RBIs in 83. That's not too bad. Frank Rosenk joins us here at the Kingdome. Forsch, 4-4 against a righty strikeout, and he will get Henderson. And that is the first K for Forsch. He had 81 of them in 83. Next up is the third baseman, Jamie Allen, a 223 average, 4 homers, 21 RBIs in 83. Forsch, 2-6 range play. Allen, 5-1 pop fly ball to the shortstop. Going back for that is Foley. His range is a 3. His range is a 3. That's a 2. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Nice play by Foley, even though the die did go off the table, as usual, over here. 2 outs. And now the left fielder, Ricky Nelson. 254 average, 5 homers, 36 RBIs. Valentine was an Expo from traded to the Mets in 81. Yeah, I knew that name sounded familiar. Thank you there, Tim. Let's see. Forsch, 4-3, possible error. Nelson, 3-5. That's a fly ball to left field. That's not going to be an error anyway, as Bob Clark is going to get there. He does have an error rating of 0, but it's an even number. So that's going to be an easy play. 1, 2, 3 go the M's. No score after 1. As XSG2 joins us here at the Kingdome. Top of the second coming up. Leading off for the Halos will be the third baseman, Doug DeCinces. I always felt he was a solid player. 281 average, 18 homers, 63 RBIs. Young, 4-3, walk plus 10. That will be ball 4. He will walk DeCinces. First walk given up by Young. He had 77 in 203 innings pitched that year. Next up is the California designated hitter, the man himself, Reggie Jackson. And he really did not have that great a year in 83. A 194 average and only 14 home runs. Did he get hurt at some time at that time in that year? He only played in 116 games, but a 194 average is very low for Reggie. Of course, this was in his later years. I know that. Strategy role for DeCinces. He'll stay where he is. Young, 5-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Reggie, 3-2. And against the lefty, Reggie Jackson decides to make me eat my words. And he's going to go ahead and smack a double into right field. DeCinces, base runner 2 and a -4. No chance. A -3. No chance for him to score. He'll stay at third. So Jackson gets himself a double to move DeCinces over to third base. And that will bring up the second baseman, Bobby Grich. Some people think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. I don't know about that, but I do know Bobby Grich was an excellent player. 292 average, 16 homers, 62 RBIs. Jimmy Jam and David Vega join us here at the Kingdome. The infield will come in. Strategy, nothing on the 9. Young will deal. Young, 3-1 against a righty. It's a blank. Grich, a 6-6, and that's a fly ball to right field. And that's going to be caught by Steve Henderson for the out. Grich, sacrifice fly of 1, hit to right, +1 is a 2. He will bring in DeCinces. The Angels will take a 1-0 lead. Reggie Jackson, a base runner 2, hit to right 0, and Henderson is a -1. So Jackson can take third on a 1. He won't. He'll stay where he is. But Grich does wind up with a sacrifice fly, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Halos. I'm pretty sure he will be happy with that. RBI for him. And the next batter for the Halos will be the left fielder, Bob Clark. Excellent fielder. 231 average, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. Jeremy Brooks joins us here at the Kingdome. Infield is back. Young still at Reggie at second. He'll stay there. Young, 4-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Clark, a 1-6, and against the lefty, it's a base hit past short. Jackson will not score. He will hold at third. So right now they're teeing off the lefty. That's another split hit. And now we'll see the center fielder, Juan Beniquez, a 305 average, 3 homers, 34 RBIs in 83. Once again, the infield is in. Angels have a 1-0 lead. Let's see here. Strategy, nothing on the 15. Young, 4-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Beniquez, 2-4. That is a ground ball to third. The infield is in. Jackson has to hold at third base. Clark goes to second. Beniquez is out, 2 down. So Clark will move over to second base on a grounder to short. The infield was in. Now they'll move back. And now we'll see the catcher, Bob Boone. I always felt he was a very good catcher. 256 average, 9 homers, 52 RBIs. So now runners at second and third. If the Mariners can get out of this only giving up a run, they'll be good. Strategy, and nothing on the 13. Young, 6-6 against the righty, blank. Boone, 3-4. That's hit to center field, but that'll be caught by Dave Henderson. And that will end the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 walk, and a sacrifice fly. And we'll go to the bottom of the second, where the Halos have a quick 1-0 lead here. Leading off for the Mariners will be the first baseman, Pat Putnam. 269 average, 19 homers, 67 RBIs in 83. That's good. Forsch, 6-5, strikeout 10, swing and a miss, struck them out. That'll be the second strikeout for Forsch, and that is 1 down. And now we will see the center fielder, Dave Henderson, who hit the bomb for the Red Sox in 86 in Game 5 of the ALCS. Greatest postseason in history, the 1986 postseason. Best postseason ever. Only because the 86 Mets were the best. And they were. No, it's not really a battle for last place, David. Not really. Forsch will pitch. Forsch, 1-5, range play. Henderson, 3-4. That's hit to center field. And against a righty, a 17 is going to be a possible triple. But it's a range play for Beniquez. His range is a 3. And it's going to be a triple for Dave Henderson. Henderson gets the first hit for the Mariners, and he'll wind up on third with a triple as Juan Beniquez could not make the play. So he will now hold at third. Infield will come in now for the Angels. That'll bring up the Seattle designated hitter, Al Cowens. 205 average, 7 homers, 35 RBIs. 1976 greatest postseason ever. Complete dominance. Nah, sorry. Nah. 76 was boring. It was a sweep. Who cares? 76, who cares about 76? Nobody knows who even won the 76 World Series. Everyone knows that the Mets won the 86 World Series. That's for sure. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 4. Henderson stays put. Forsch, 4-5. Error on a throw. Cowens, 2-6. That's a ground ball to third. That ball is going to be hit to DeCinces. His error rating is a 10. That's a 15. He's not going to make an error. Question is, does Dave Henderson try to score? His base running rating is a 1 with the infield in. And I'm going to roll. If it is a 1, they're going to send him. Nope, they'll hold him, and the throw will go to first for out number 2. Henderson will stay put. So no error there by DeCinces. And now we'll see the catcher, Rick Sweet. Don't know anything about him. 221 average, a homer, and 22 RBIs. As Brian B. gives me the block dragon. You raised me the 1998 postseason. Dramatic home runs all over the place. Well, that's a 1998 postseason, yeah. But then the Yankees just took care of that one, didn't they? Mets, Red Sox, Mets, Astros, Angels, Red Sox. Nothing beats 86. You can talk to your blue in the face. Let's see. Strategy roll. Nothing on there on the 12. Forsch will pitch. 1-1. Strikeout. No. Sweet. 4-5. And he hits one to center field. But Beniquez will get to this one. And he'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit. A triple by Dave Henderson. But the Mariners can't bring him in. 1-0 Angels after 2. As Brian B. tells me, Rick Sweet was a longtime minor league manager. Top of the third. And let's see. Top of the third, my bad. Top of the third and top of the order for the Halos. Here comes Rod Carew. He's 0 for 1. Ben Wicks joins us here at the Kingdome. Young, a 2-1 against the lefty. It's an automatic out, and it will be a grounded to third. Handled there by Allen. And that's out number 1. Here's Foley. Foley is 0 for 1. In all seriousness, it probably is the 86 postseason. Of course it is. 3 of the top 10 games in baseball history were played during that year. Young, 2-2. Pitcher result. The 4 is going to be an automatic out, and that will be a fly to center field. That'll be handled by Dave Henderson for the second out. And now Valentine. Valentine is 0 for 1. Young, he will pitch. 4-1. That's a blank. Valentine, a 3-4, and that's popped up. Pop fly ball to short, and Todd Cruz says he's going to get to it, and he will. And that retires the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Halos. We go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Mariners will be the shortstop, Todd Cruz, a 199 average, 10 homers, 48 RBIs. Todd Cruz will be on the Baltimore Orioles later in 1983. He is a Mariner tonight. Forsch, 5-6. Pitcher result, 12 is too high. Cruz, 2-3. Hits one to left field, but an easy play for Clark. And Clark will get there for the out, 1 down. And now we'll see the second baseman, Julio Cruz, a 252 average, 3 homers, 52 RBIs. Julio Cruz will be on the Chicago White Sox later in 1983. He is a Mariner tonight. Ken Forsch, a 2-4 against the lefty switch. It's a blank. Cruz, 6-6. He grounds at the second base. That'll be Gritch getting to that. And over to first it goes, 2 down. And now here's Steve Henderson. He's 0 for 1. But the 1985 race for the National League East and the Cardinals, the Mets was awesome. That was a great pennant race. That was first. That was true. Forsch, 6-2. Range play at the park. Kingdome, 1-4. Ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Gritch. His range is a 2. That's a 5. It'll be a base hit. Henderson will get a single to keep the inning going. His first hit of the game, it'll bring up Allen. Allen is 0 for 1. 1-0 Angels. Bottom of the third here in a battle of 2 teams still trying to find their way here in approaching late May. Henderson had 10 stolen bases. He gets the steal sign. 8 minus 1 is 7. And Boone minus 2 is a 5. Henderson's not going. Forsch, 4-1 at the park. Kingdome, 4-1. That's a grounder to third. Easy play for DeCinces. He'll take his time and throw to first to get Allen. And that will end the inning. No runs and a hit. 1-0 Angels. It was a 1-0 win by the Mariners, so they said it was a pitcher's duel. And right now, and at this moment, inside pitch agrees. Yes, it was the only year he played in the majors. I had to look him up, actually, because there were a couple of Allens on the Mariners. Top of the fourth, Leading off for the Angels will be Doug DeCinces. He walked his first time up. Young, 3-1 against a righty. It's a blank. DeCinces, 1-4, popped out to short. And Todd Cruz is going to make another pop fly ball for a catch, 1 down. Here comes Reggie. Reggie, 1-for-1. He got a double his last time up, but definitely 1983 was not one of his better years. Young, 3-6, strikeout. He'll get him on the 7th. And that is the second strikeout for Young. He had 130 of them in 83. And now Gritch. Gritch sacrificed fly his first time up. Young will pitch. Young, 5-2, strikeout. No, that'll miss. Gritch, 3-1, ground out to the shortstop. And another play for Cruz. He'll get that, toss it over, retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Halos. Will go to the bottom of the 4th. Combined ERA of these two pitchers is 7.2. And right now it's 1-0 going in the bottom of the 4th. And it was a 1-0 win for the M's, though, historically. Ricky Nelson leads off for the M's. He's 0-for-1. Gritch will deal. Gritch, 6-1. Home run result, but the 11 is too high. Nelson, 6-4. And he just chops it to second base. And Gritch will get that. And that's out number 1. I'm going to try to stop doing the numbers and just move through without giving numbers unless I really think I have to. I'm not taking away the mechanics of the game. I just want to resolve the play, if I can. Here's Putnam. Putnam is 0-for-1. Forsch will pitch. Forsch, 2-3. It's a blank. I'll still, of course, call the matrix numbers. Putnam, 3-6. That's a fly to right. And Valentine will get to that. And out number 2. Here's Henderson. Henderson got a triple his first time up. We trust you. Most of us already play inside pitch. Can read it fast enough. Remember, 2002 and 2005 are now available for inside pitch. He only needs 2 more seasons to do, and he'll have a complete chronology from 1956 to 2023. And 2024, he already said he's working on. And 2003 and 2006, he does want to release very soon. Not many gaming companies have that kind of a continuous chronology. Only a few of them. APA and Fall Classic. And if you want to say season ticket baseball, yes. Ghost of a Flea now joins us here at the Kingdome. Forsch will pitch. Forsch, 5-3. That's a walk plus 10. That 20 is not going to walk him. Henderson, 4-4, and he flies out the right. An easy play there for Valentine, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for the M's. So we got a 1-0 game here after 4. Don't worry, Ghost. I'll have more Indians games coming up. They are definitely coming, so you stay tuned for more Cleveland, Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Guardians, whatever you want to call them. We go to the top of the 5th here, and Bob Clark leads off for the Halos. He's 1-for-1. 55 would be a good season to play. Don't worry, he's also good. I don't know what he's going to do about dead seasons earlier than 56, but I did tell him he needs to do some. Young, but then again, remember, it's his game. He can do what he wants, and I don't care. I'm going to play it. 4-1, blank. Clark, 3-5. That's a line drive hit right to third, but that'll be caught by Allen. 1 out. Hit right to him. 1 down. Here comes Beniquez. Beniquez is 0-for-1. Al Red Sox fan, the king of the hill, joins us here at the Kingdome. And for those of you who don't know anything about Al Red Sox fan, I'll ask you what multiverse you guys are living in. Please check out the guy's awesome channel. He does everything. He does baseball. He does football. He does boxing. And by the way, he is the king. He is the Lord of the Rings, by the way. Nobody does boxing better than him. Young, And I don't want to take away things from Lee Anthony Crooks at Bleacher Bums, but our Red Sox is the king of the ring. 6-2. That's a possible error. Vaniquez, 3-1. That's hit hard to left field. And against a righty, that's an 18. That's going to die out there. But still, it's going to be a hard play for left fielder Clark. But his error rating is a 0. He'll make the catch. And that's going to be out number 2. 2 down. And now here comes Boone. Boone is 0 for 1. Young, a 6-2, possible error. Boone, a 1-3. That's a line drive right to third. That's going to be easily caught by Allen. No error because it's a line out and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3, go the Halos. 1-0 going in the bottom of the 5th. I would like to state for Al Red Sox fan, Al Red Sox fan is one of the inspirations that made me do this, that made me start doing this crazy stuff. He was one of the inspirations for me to do, watching him do it, I said, maybe I can do it. And I guess I can. I learned from the best. Here's Al Cowens. He'll lead off. He's 0 for 1 here, starting the bottom of the 5th. May the Forsch be with you. 3-5, strikeout 11. That will be just missed. Cowens, 5-4. That's a grounder to third. And DeCinces will get that. And he'll toss it over for out number 1. Here's Sweet. Sweet is 0 for 1. Forsch will pitch. Forsch, 5-2, blank. Sweet, a 1-6. That's an easy play. It's going to be grounded to first. And Carew will get to that and take it to the bag himself. And now here's Cruz, Todd Cruz. He's 0 for 1. Forsch with the deal. 3-6. That's a blank. Cruz, a 3-2. And that's a ground ball to second base. That'll be handled by Gritch. Gritch is up with it, takes his time, tosses it over. And another 1-2-3 inning. So right now, Inside Pitch agrees so far with the final score. We still got a few more innings left to go. 1-0 Angels after 5. We go to the top of the 6th and top of the order. Here comes Rod Carew. And yes, he is one of the greatest of all time. And he is 0 for 2, though. So me and Demos are going to play a game. Yeah, never really. I think one day we will. Never know. Baseball Demos, of course, is another one of my inspirations to do this. My main inspirations to do this really were Al Red Sox fan, Baseball Demos, Tenacious Sports, Tenacious Earl, believe it or not, when he was doing it, Uncle Ron Juckett, of course, from Retro Sports Network, and, of course, Uncle Dave Gardner. Watching those, and ID Jester. ID Jester, however, really made me the choice for payoff pitch. It was Baseball Demos that made me go to inside pitch. Young, 3-1 against the lefty. It's an automatic out, and that will be a fly to center field. So right now, Rod Carew can't find anything going with that .339 batting average. He's 0 for 3. Here comes Foley. He's 0 for 2. Young, a 3-4. And against the righty, it's a home run result, but the 13 is too high. Foley, 6-5, and he just chops it right back to the pitcher. Young's going to go ahead and get that, and over to first it goes, 2 down. And now Valentine. Valentine is 0 for 2. I should also mention, by the way, after further review with Steve Tower, he was another one of my inspirations, watching him do History Maker Baseball and the way he announces as well. Valentine is 0 for 2. Young, 2-2. That is going to be an automatic against a righty. It will be an automatic out. And that will be a grounder to third. Taken care of there by Jamie Allen. And right now, nobody can hit the ball. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3 up, 3 down. Still 1-0 in favor of the Angels. You got me playing 3 baseball games: strat, payoff, and inside pitch. And you can't go wrong with any of them. Another one I should mention, Appa Brian. Although he hasn't done much lately, maybe I think he's taken some time off. He is the king of Appa. Okay, as good as everybody, as good as a lot of other guys out there, nobody beats Appa Brian. He is the king of Appa. Kevin 01SH joins us here at the Kingdome. Leading off for the Mariners will be Julio Cruz. He's 0 for 1. Join my nightly streams, hoping to learn more and get one of these games. You can't go wrong with either one of them, Kevin. Forsch, 6-4, strikeout, no. Cruz, 6-4, ground out to short, and that's going to be Foley getting to that. That's out number 1. Here's Steve Henderson. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Forsch, 5-4. That's a walk plus 10, and that will walk Henderson. So Henderson draws a walk, and that's only the first walk given up by Ken Forsch. He had 55 of them in 83. That puts Henderson on at first. Here comes Allen. Allen is 0 for 2. Henderson had 10 stolen bases. John West joins us here at the Kingdome. Henderson is not going. Forsch, 2-2, blank. Allen, 1-1. That's a ground ball to second base. 3-3-4. Shortstop pivot Foley, 0, 1 to 4. They will turn the double play and end the inning. 4-6-3. Double play, and that will do it. Nothing across except a walk. 31 minutes into the stream, we're already after 6. When you have pitchers duels, when you do have pitchers duels like they did actually have in this game, time can go by very quickly. Already in the top of the 7. Matt Young still has a little bit gas in the tank. Doug DeCinces leads off for Cali. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Young, 2-1 against the righty. It's a blank. DeCinces, 5-4, fly to right. And that will be Steve Henderson getting to that. Near the line, but he's got plenty of room. 1 out. And now here's Reggie. Reggie is 1 for 2. He's got a double. Young with the deal. 3-1 against the lefty. It's another automatic out. And that's going to be grounded to second base, handled there by Julio Cruz. He'll toss Reggie out for 2 down. And now here comes Gritch. Gritch is 0 for 2. Young, a 1-4 at the park. Kingdome, 4-1. That's a ground ball to third, handled there by Jamie Allen. Jamie Allen will take his time, toss it over, and that'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning by Young, and we're 33 minutes, and we're already at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. I think the shortest stream I ever had in a regular season stream, including 10-minute ticker, I think was 55 minutes or 50 minutes. I think that's the shortest stream I ever had. I've had long streams, though, over 2 hours. So speaking of the 10-minute ticker, don't forget we have that after today's game. Our next matchup will be tomorrow night. It will be May 22nd, the final game of the first schedule block. And we will be at Exhibition Stadium to see the Toronto Blue Jays once again. But they will be facing the '69 World Series champions on the network, The Baltimore Orioles, they will finally get their rings. The Orioles are the last team we have not seen in this start of the 83 season. It will be Mike Boddicker going for the Orioles and Jim Clancy going for Toronto. That's not a bad pitching matchup. It will be at Exhibition Stadium. Terrible ballpark. But anyway, that'll be tomorrow night. The Orioles and the Blue Jays as Baltimore gets their 69 rings here on the network. That will be tomorrow night on Inside Pitch. John Haverly joins us here at the Kingdome. Bottom of the seventh, 1-0 in favor of the Halos. It is a pitcher's duel. Ricky Nelson leads off for the M's. He's 0 for 2. The historical score of this game was 1-0, and right now Inside Pitch agrees. We'll see how long. Forsch, 5-1, automatic out, and that will be a grounder to first base. An easy play for Carew. He'll take it to the bag himself, 1 down. Next up is Putnam. Putnam is 0 for 2. May the Force be with you will deal. And that's a 2-2. That is a blank. Putnam, 3-1. And that's grounded to first again. Another easy play for Carew. He tells Force, I got it. Tags the bag, 2 down. And now Dave Henderson. He's 1 for 2 with a triple, but did not come into scores. The Angels have this 1-run lead. Forsch, 6-3, wild pitch. It's a blank. Henderson, 3-5, against the righty. Henderson will get a hit, and that's going to be a double to center field. So Henderson gets his second hit of the game. It's a double. He'll hold it second. But now can the Mariners get him in? Here comes Cowens. Cowens is 0 for 2. 2 outs here, bottom of the seventh. Fans here at the Kingdome looking to see if the Mariners can get a win. The Halos trying to stay close with the top teams in the American League West at this time. Strategy roll, haven't had many of those. That's a 20. Forsch turns around, fires to second. Nope, Henderson will get back. Now Forsch will pitch to Cowens. 6-4, strikeout 7. Cold strike 3 on Cowens. He'll go down on strikes. And the inning is over. That is the third K for Forsch. No runs and a hit for the M's. Still 1-0 Halos after 7. We go to the top of the 8th. And leading off for the Angels will be Bob Clark. Clark is 1 for 2. He's got a single. Young will deal. Young, 2-2. That is going to be a pitcher result, but the 9 is high. Clark, 6-2. Base hit. Clark will get himself a single pass short, and that's his second hit of the game. Next up is Beniquez, and he's 0 for 2. Clark had no stolen bases, but we still run for the strat. That is a 2, and Clark will stay right where he is. Young will pitch. Young, 3-3, hit by pitch. 20 is high. Beniquez, 1-3, and that's a ground ball to short. 2-2-3. Second base pivot. Cruz is a 0, a 1-3. It's a double play. They will get it. 2 outs. 6-4-3 double play. Young is now tired. They say he's going to pitch as Beniquez grounds out into the pitcher's best friend. Here comes Boone, and Boone is 0 for 2. Ben Pro 247 joins us here at the Kingdome. Young will pitch to Boone, but Young is now tired. Young, 3-5, strikeout 12. That just missed. Boone, 2-4, and he pumped it up. An easy call there for Todd Cruz, and he's going to get it, make the catch, and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Angels, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 1-0 here at the Kingdome. Rick Sweet leads off for the M's, And he is 0 for 2. And may the Forsch be with you, will pitch. Forsch, 4-5, error on a throw. Sweet, 6-6. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to left field, and that'll be caught by Clark. One down, and here comes Todd Cruz. He's 0 for 2. Forsch, 5-5, hit by pitch, 3, plunk out. He does hit him. Todd Cruz is a 5. Forsch is a 0, but he will hit Todd Cruz, and that puts the tying run on. First hit batter of the game. The next guy up is Julio Cruz, and he's 0 for 2. Todd had 4 stolen bases, and he's not getting any here. Forsch will now pitch to Julio. Forsch, 4-6. That's a blank. Julio, 5-4, and that is a ground ball to second base. 2-2-3. Shortstop, pivot Foley, 0, 1-3. They'll get that double play as well. Side retired. Nothing across except a hit batter. 1-0 after 8. So right now, inside pitch is being pretty much as accurate as you can get for a ball game. Almost. Except it's the other team that actually had the lead. We go to the top of the ninth. The Angels will be looking for some insurance. And leading off for the Halos will be Rod Carew. Still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. Young is tired. They're going to let him pitch to Carew. They'll go lefty on lefty as the Angels have 3 right-handed batters coming up. Young will pitch. 3-2. Error on a throw. Carew, 4-4. Against the lefty. It's a ground ball to first. That ball's going to be taken care of by Putnam. His error rating is a 4. That's an 11. Young will come over. Putnam will dish it to him, and that's out number 1. So no error for Putnam as he makes the play. And now the batter is Foley, and we'll see a new pitcher for the Mariners. What a job by Matt Young. He leaves with the L, but he did a heck of a job. And the Mariners are going to go to the bullpen here and try to get something going. Let's see what's going to be. And coming on to pitch for the M's is going to be Mike Stanton. 2 wins, 3 losses, 7 saves, a 3.32 ERA. Stanton will be the second M's pitcher. And he can pitch to 5. So Mike Stanton will pitch to Foley here in the top of the ninth. 1-0 Halos. Stanton with the pitch. 1-5. That's at the park. Kingdome. 6-3. And that's a blank. We got a rare play. So it's going to be a rare play with men on bases at the park. So rare plays, men on. 45. Trapped liner, not caught to first base. He scoops and touches the bag for the batter out. Check first baseman for throwing error as he attempts to throw out lead runner. If error, 1 base, otherwise runner caught in a rundown. Okay, that's a new one from him. So let's see, as we don't have any on. So trap line touches the bag for the batter out. So that's all there is. 2 outs. Done. Because there's nobody on base. So that is it for there. 2 down. No, I'm looking at the right chart. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Base is empty from that to play. My bad. You're right. 45. Slow roller to third base who bobbles, then throws wild. Resolve first, but resolving against a third base error rate once for each error chance. My bad. So that's the third baseman, and that is Allen. Jamie Allen has an error rating of 9. That's an 11. He does not bobble it, but he will make a throwing error instead. That is going to be an error on a throw. Putnam's range is a 2, and he won't get the ball. The ball will get past him. Foley's base running rating is a 3. He will hold it first. Thank you, guys. I was looking at the wrong chart. So rare plays, base is empty, actually turns out to be an error, and that will be an error on Allen. So that is an E5. First error on the Mariners in the game. They didn't have any in the games historically. So Foley on at first after the error. And there are still 2 outs. It'll bring up Valentine. Thank you, guys. I was looking at the wrong chart. It's supposed to be bases empty at the park. Foley on at first. He had 2 steals. And nothing on the 4. No, he'll stay where he is. Stanton will pitch. Stanton, 1-5. That's at the park. Kingdome, 2-3. It's a single plus to left field. So Foley automatically makes third, but Valentine's got to try for second. Base runner 4. Left fielder Nelson has a -2 arm, but he's going to get there. And that'll be a double for Ellis Valentine. So that'll be a double instead. Foley does get to third. He stays where he is, though. And now a chance for DeCinces. DeCinces 0 for 2 with a walk. So Foley on at third, Valentine on at second. 2 outs here. Stanton trying to keep this a 1-0 game. But DeCinces does have home run power, a lot of it, against righties. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 14. Stanton pitches. 2-3. Again, that's at the park. Kingdome. 3-2. And it's a ground ball to second base. Picked up there by Julio Cruz. He'll get it. Throws it over to first. And that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error. But the Angels don't get anything at all. But will we see some 9th inning magic? You'll learn all the mistakes you make by watching you. Damn straight. You see me make a mistake. Whatever I do, whatever you do, don't do it. Don't do it. Bottom of the 9th inning, Ken Forsch, let's see, he can pitch to 3 more batters before he tires. Steve Henderson is the leadoff batter. Real quick, how many complete? One thing there are some stats I wish that I would see on some cards. How many complete games did he have in '83? He had 11. All right, Ken Forsch. He had 11 complete games, so he's going to try to go the distance here. Henderson is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Ken Forsch, that's right. A double switch is always a mistake. I will not do those unless I really, absolutely have to. Forsch, going the distance. 2-3, it's a blank. Henderson, 2-6, base hit. Henderson gets a single. And the tying run is on. So single for him. The next batter is Jamie Allen. We may see the bench. Let's see what we got on the bench. And there's not much on the bench except for one guy here. And I think Jamie Allen is what? He's third. He's at third base. I can use Castillo. Jamie Allen coming out of the game. They're going to bring in a pinch hitter for him. And coming on to pinch hit for Jamie Allen will be Domingo Ramos. 283 average, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. So they're going to go with Ramos here. He'll actually take over at third base instead. Henderson on at first. A big chance here for the Mariners to maybe take this game away from the Angels. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 14. Henderson stays where he is. Forsch will pitch. 3-3, error on a grounder. Ramos, 5-5. No, it's a pop fly ball to third. DeCinces going to get to it and make the play, 1 out. And now here's Nelson. He'll bat. Nelson is 0 for 3. Henderson still on at first. Re-roll the strat. Nothing there. Henderson stays where he is. Forsch will channel in the Forsch, and he'll pitch. 4-6, it's a blank. Nelson, 4-1, it's a ground ball to short. 2-2-3. Second base, pivot, Grinch is a 0, a 1-3. That's your game. No. That's going to be thrown to second base. Henderson will be caught out there. Nelson reaches first. They do not turn the twin killing, and the Mariners will get one more chance. So fielder's choice for Nelson. Forsch is now tired, but they say you can do it. Finish the job. And the next batter for the Mariners is Pat Putnam. Putnam is 0 for 3. Nelson on at first. He had 7 steals. And he gets the steal sign. Let's see. 13 minus 1 is 12. Boone minus 2 is 10. No, you're not making the last out at second base. You stay put. Putnam is ready. Forsch is tired, but he says, I can do it. Putnam ready. Fans here at the Kingdome hoping the Mariners can steal it away from the Angels in the bottom of the ninth. Forsch. 2-1 against the lefty. It's a blank. Putnam. 5-1. And it's a ground ball to first. That'll be handled there by Carew. He picks it up, runs to the bag, jumps on the bag. That's your game. The Angels shut out the Mariners 1-0. In a game historically, the Mariners shut the Angels out 1-0. Stadium groans. No runs and a hit for the Mariners as they're going to come up short here. A 1-0 game by the Angels. They got the run in the first inning, and then that was all they needed. A nice win here by the Halos. Final line score coming up. For the Angels, 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. For the Mariners, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. How close was this game historically? Well, the Angels had 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. They had no runs on 4 hits and 1 error. The one was switched. The Mariners had 1 run on 5 hits and no errors historically. They had no runs on 4 hits and 1 error. I don't know about you, but I think inside pitch is pretty darn accurate. The winning pitcher is Ken Forsch. He'll get the win and go the distance. And it will be Matt Young getting the loss. No save. So a nice win here for the Angels as they'll take a 1-0 win. They will go to 16-20. The Mariners drop to 15-24. We're not done. 10-minute ticker is still coming up. And thank you for joining me, Mr. Al. It is always an honor when one of the best is in my chat. So that's pretty close, guys. There was 1 run. I was only off by 1 hit. The game was only off by 1 hit. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So people always ask sometimes about inside pitches accuracy. I never had a game exactly. I don't think I've ever had a game exactly match. I may have. I don't remember if I did. But I think I did have a game that exactly matched the historical line score. That's why I post the line scores so you can see how quickly or how close the game is to the actual score. And yes, there have been games where we were not even close. That San Francisco-Pittsburgh game of 2016 comes to mind. That was supposed to be a 1-0 game. I think the final score of that game was like 13-12 or something. It just went that way. Weird. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Angels will take a 1-0 win here, as we'll now complete the games for May 19th. Minnesota at Boston. Twins, 21-56. That is 8. Red Sox 1455, that is 7. That's a win for the Twins. Texas at Detroit. Texas 622, that's 2. Tigers 1054, that's 6, a win for the Cats. Baltimore at Toronto. Orioles 1761, and that's 8. Blue Jays 851, and that is 5, a win for the O's. Padres and the Mets. My Mets are now beginning to play like the Mets did that year. Padres 655, and that is 5. But my Mets are going to get a happy recap. 563, and that's 6. And I'll get a happy recap. May 20th, Minnesota at Boston. Twins 1163, that's 8. Red Sox 956, that is 6. A win for the Twins. Cleveland and California. Indians 1354, that's 6. Angels 1635, that's 5. It's a win for the Tribe. Texas at Detroit. Rangers 2125, that's 4. Tigers 1144, and that is 5. That's a win for the Cats. White Sox at the Royals. White Sox 2246, and that's 7. Royals 735, that's 3. A win for the Pale Hose. Yankees and the Athletics. Yankees 1256, that's 7. Oakland 1652, that's 6. The Yankees continue to overachieve right now in the early part of the season, in the first third of the season. Milwaukee at Seattle. Brewers 1036, that is 4. Mariners minus 214, that's 0. Win for the Brew Crew. Baltimore at Toronto. Orioles 1845, and that's 6. Blue Jays 2142, that is also 6. They will have extras. Baltimore, both teams roll a 6. Baltimore's a 0. Toronto's a 0. It's a tie, which means the Blue Jays will win by virtue of home field. Reds and the Cubs. Reds 813, that is 1. Cubs 1565, that's 10. A win for the Cubs. Giants in the Expos. Giants 511, that's 0. Expos 1012, that's 1. And the Spos get a win. Dodgers and the Mets. Dodgers 752, and that is 5. Mets 225, and that is 2. A win for the Bums. Padres and the Phillies. Padres 566, that's 9. Phillies 651, that is 5. Padres playing very well. Phillies, who won that division historically, still haven't found themselves. Astros and the Pirates. Astros 543, and that's 4. Pirates 843, and that is also 4. They will go to extras. Astros roll a 6, plus 2 is 8. And Pirates roll a 5, plus 0. That will be a win for the Stros. Braves and the Cardinals. Braves 1343, that's 5. Cardinals 551, that's 4. That will be a win for the Bravos. On to May 21st, Minnesota at Boston. Twins 1144, that's 5. Red Sox 2544, that's going to be 7. The Bo Sox will get a win. Cleveland and Cali. Indians 2133, and that's 5. Angels 1165, that's 9. A win for the Halos. Texas at Detroit. Texas 651, and that's 5. Tigers 562, that's 6. A win for the Cats. White Sox and the Royals. White Sox 1423, and 3 runs. Royals 563. That is 6 runs. Win for the Royals. Yankees and the Athletics. Yankees 11-15. That is 2. Oakland 826. And that's 3. That will be a win for the Athletics. Milwaukee and Seattle. Brewers 26-41. And that's 7. Mariners 5-16. That is 1. A win for the Brew Crew. Baltimore at Toronto. We have these 2 tomorrow night. Orioles 821. That is 2. Blue Jays 10-16. And that is also 2. They will have extras. Baltimore rolls a 3 plus 0. Toronto rolls a 4 plus 0. And that will be a win for the Blue Jays. Reds and the Cubs. Reds 13-34, and that's 4. Cubs 16-23, and that's 3. That game belongs to the Reds. Giants and the Expos. Giants 13-41, and that is 5 runs. Expos 12-55, that's 6 runs. A win for the Spos. Astros and the Pirates. Astros 23-52, 8 runs. Pirates 12-15, that's 2 runs. Another win for Houston. Atlanta and the Cardinals. Braves 13-46, and that's 6. Cardinals 8-54, and that just barely made 6. They'll go to extras. Atlanta rolls a 5, minus 4 is 1. Cardinals roll a 6 plus 0. That will be a win for the Cardinals in extras. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be May 22nd, the final day of the first schedule block. And we will be at Exhibition Stadium as the Baltimore Orioles, winners of my 69 World Series, will take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Mike Boddicker will go for the O's, and Jim Clancy will go for the Jays. It's the end of the first block. Second block is coming up. Once again, every team will be shown, as we still got lots of baseball left. Orioles and the Jays. Boddicker and Clancy. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you tomorrow night. It's a nice win for the California Angels. They shut the Mariners out 1-0 in a pretty low-scoring game. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one.